Welcome back, Game Brigade. My name is Brian. Thank you for joining me today. I am joined by my friends Louie and Nova, and we are playing Song of War by Invicta Rex. Now, this is a sponsored playthrough. I appreciate them for supporting our channel and letting us bring this game to you guys. So, this is a World War II tactical, I don't know if I want to call it strategy or tactical, I'm not sure what the best term is, but this will be set in the Mediterranean War version of World War II. So a campaign that is not highly talked about, and a lot of people like to talk about the Eastern campaign or the European campaign. Not a lot of people know about the Mediterranean campaign. So at this version, we are playing the operations version. So there's going to be a bigger version of this game which encompasses the entire Mediterranean War. But this will be actually later in the war. This is during the invasion of Italy, and at this point, Italy is already out of the war, so it's just the German forces versus the Americans and the British. So Louis and Noah will be playing as the Allies. I'll be playing as the Axis. We're going to be playing 2 full rounds of this game. Normally for this operations, you'll play 4 full rounds, and if we're feeling spicy, maybe we'll add more. We'll see. Depends on the time length. And then the effective way this game is won is I need to survive for 4 rounds before they get to 30 victory points. And those victory points are found on each of these cities. So this is 5, 1, 1, 4. So they're going to be trying to add it. They start at 12 because of their 2 starting territories have 6. So we're going to be going on and starting the game. I do have some units that are hidden on the board represented here, and they have their hidden fleets out already there. And we start off with the Allies taking the first turn. And we will have a full primer video at the start of this, which will give you a better rules explanation, so we're not going to waste our time doing that. But take a look at that part of the video. You guys will understand what we're doing. All right, so you guys start off, and you'll both be taking your turn at the same time.
And if you guys are unclear on who to root for, good guys, bad guys. So, yeah.
All right, let's go and do that. Okay, so you guys are going to go ahead and decide.
And so everyone can see where we're at with this. So that's where my hidden fleet is. If hopefully they can see that.
I got mine right there.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do some editing and actually put the coordinate on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, what they're saying is they have a hidden fleet. So their naval units are hidden on the board, and I don't know where they're at, and so they can move them in step 3 of movement. But right now we're in step 1, so it's in your fighters and subs.
Let's see, are we thinking about just going over and strafing?
Well,
you can't strafe, so remember, fighters can only attack airplanes.
Units.
So this is an awkward point for the Allies, because there's not a lot of targets that they can kind of hit in the beginning of the game.
Fighters will be moving twice, so in step 2 they'll get to move again.
Right.
So theoretically 8, but then they'll only have 4 for the way back. So
you know what? Why not? We're just gonna go. I'm just gonna come over here. So 1, 2, 3. So I'll be here with air cover, and if you choose to pull all your air cover from somewhere else, where my hidden fleet can go smash you, you do you, boo.
Okay. So any other movements with fighters?
I'm good. That's it with fighters.
I think I'm gonna leave it with my fighters as well.
You're gonna stay there. Okay, so now we'll be going over to the Axis side, where I can. There's no fighter. So we'll be going to the Axis side where I can move my fighters and my subs. So my subs move movement of 3. I have 3 subs on the field right now. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 3. We're gonna move the wolf pack together. We definitely want our wolf pack at this point in the war. This was pretty much how Germany knew how to deal with the units. And I'm going to activate my search ability. Is there a hidden fleet here?
There is not.
Alright, so we missed on that. So let's go ahead and move our fighters. We know they're doing some sort of engagement over here. I'm going to activate one of my hidden locations, N4, and I'm just going to put these units into the N4 position right now. So those units are going to be in N4. So these are units that I have in reserve that I can pull and use them later. So we're going to do that. We're then going to pull this airfield. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to move there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to bring these fighters up. We don't need to use them if we don't want to, but we just want to make sure that they are available. So we'll slide them there. And here we are going to just move. So that's 1, 2, 3. So these are all easy to make that range. We'll do that, and we will declare a battle here.
Okay.
Hopefully we get a free kill here. And then, you know, these fighters, I'm going to bring these fighters. Can you move that red fighter here? Just, and then we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll move this fighter there. Okay, I'm done with my movement steps. We have a fight here, so we'll go ahead and get our dice. So the first thing we do is we will follow the battle steps sheet. I'll try to put this on the screen so you guys can see what we're talking about. But the first battle step is AA. I do have a single AA there, so I'm going to roll my AA, which hits on a 9. I got a 7, so that does not hit. So we'll move on to step 2, which is would be my type 2 sub, but we're not going to do that.
Right.
And then my fighter. So now our fighters. I have 3 to your 1. I got a 10.
I got 1.
So I did take down your fighter. So we'll move that to your casualties. And then that's it. So there's nothing else happening there. I did shoot down a fighter that was kind of strafing over. And that's it. So there's no other conflicts that are occurring. We'll move the movement step 2, which is back to you guys.
Okay.
So I'm thinking now is when I would want to bring all 3 of these and sort of,
Yeah.
if you'd like to join me in that endeavor.
100%. I support that endeavor.
Okay, so that would be for me 1, 2, 3.
3.
Okay.
So you're bringing some light bombers over, it looks like.
2 light bombers.
So, and then how many, what do we have here? We have 4 total bombers and 2 fighters, or 1 fighter.
What's that? 4 bombers, 1 fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have...
No, I see. I should have waited. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's okay. You gave me a free kill. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
The British weren't the best,
then-
yeah.
The other movement that I'm going to do actually is, without revealing where it is, I am going to fly some fighters.
Oh, I think you might have to reveal.
I was going to say, don't you have to
No, I
reveal
can leave.
the...
Well, at least that's how we played it last time.
I know, but I think we were
I'll
wrong.
hold on.
I think we were
Okay,
wrong
I'll
the first
hold on.
time. His units on his carrier,
Not in the way I thought.
to engage, because they cannot engage in conflict from that turn unless he chooses to reveal his fleet. If he wants to just reveal his fleet, then he can do that. Which might be a thing to do, you know?
I'll consider it. Maybe not right now, though. I think that will conclude the movement.
Okay, so we'll do our battle. So first off, we'll go back to my aircraft, or my anti-aircraft that is there, and I'll roll for that. I got an 11, so that does hit. So you guys will need to take a white casualty, either one of you. Light bomber or a fighter.
I mean, you took one. I think
Sure.
I'll take one.
Okay.
So what do you want to take?
I'm going to take one of my bombers.
One of the bombers. So now we'll move to fighter. So I still have my 3 fighters. It looks like Noah has...
I got 2 light bombers.
No, your bombers don't go yet. So right now it's just fighters. So one versus my 3. I have 2, 2, 6. So they hit on 7s. So I missed. You got 1.
Yep, I did get one.
I'll take 1. And now we'll go to light bombers. So since your bombers started this conflict, they don't get to attack my airplanes, but they do get the bomb.
You get the gray die.
So you'll be doing gray dice because you are the aggressor.
Interesting. Okay,
Yep.
that's right. Yes, it's only that on the... Okay, yep. There you go.
So if they were the defenders, you know, they have ball turrets, they can shoot back, whatnot. Okay, so you guys are going to be attempting to bomb my city.
4.
Darn. Roll a 4.
A
2
10.
10s.
2 10s do hit. So these are gray damage. That means I have to assign them. So that basically just kills all the units that are there. And we'll, you know, because these are all white damage, and so we'll lose those 2 units.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we haven't lost the city because they haven't landed anyone here that takes the city.
Yeah.
But we obviously kind of want to maybe get some free kills on my end. There's no more conflict on your guys' end.
Yep.
So back to me. All right, so let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those fighters can get there. These fighters can get there. I'm a little nervous of potentially, you know, losing a return air home. That has happened to me in the past, where I won't have a way to get home. So maybe I hold. Maybe I send one in and keep these other ones in reserve. Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna send this airplane in. You know what? I'm going to send a red one in. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll stay there. These fighters are just going to chill out there. In fact, we're just going to be smart and for now return them back here.
Cowardice is a stinky cologne.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We'll do that, and then we'll engage a fight there. Again, another fight. So now your bombers will be able to roll if they survive the fighter attack. Since I don't
Which
have
they will.
Since I don't have AA,
Yeah.
I will just do my rolls for my fighters.
And I have a fighter, so I'll roll for mine.
I got a 9 and
I
a
got
7.
8. So
So
that's...
one hit. I will lose my red fighter.
I will lose all my fighters.
Roll.
You should lose 2. I got 2 hits.
Yeah, I'll lose
Yeah.
one of mine.
And now your bombers, each of your bombers roll and they hit on 10s.
6.
1.
All right, so that's it. That'll conclude that combat. And now we'll go to step 3, which will be our subs, our big boats, and your guys' hidden fleets.
Oh. Well, I think so. The easy one for me is I can bring. I think one of us should come in force. I can put all 4 of mine here because I can carry 4 of any.
I'd say that's a pretty good option.
Yeah, I think that's. I'll put 4 here, using my sea transport, and because this is no longer contested.
Yep, so you guys will capture it. You will take 1 victory point.
And I
So
will do the
12
same.
to 13.
We'll just load up over here.
So.
And I think we both have AA.
Yeah.
So let's shoot them out of the sky. What do you say?
Love it. Love it. So AA's.
So they're going to declare a battle because it's
Free real estate, as they say.
free. Yeah, so they've unloaded their AA already, and then they can go straight to the battle steps and just do a
we're
free
gonna-
roll. But
We're
I
also
do.
gonna move the hidden fleet.
Yeah, you guys get to. Yeah, you want to do all that before we roll, and I also will get to roll if my fighters survive. I get to get another shot on their bombers.
Right.
So you guys can choose to move your hidden fleets if you wish, and then make sure you show the camera where your
So-
movement's going to be. Here, I'll put my
They're-
earmuffs on.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think you would want to go.
So I either want to do.
I'm thinking something closer to that for you. No.
Because if I don't do that, then I should go here.
Right. I would agree with that. And then I'm thinking for me, I might do that. Just to
Oh yeah.
get something done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make some moves.
Okay. So yeah. So from where I started, which will identify somehow, I've got a movement of 3, and so this is where I'm going.
And this is where I'm going.
Well, hopefully we can see that. We'll
Yeah.
do our best. Okay.
Right.
So that's done with that movement. Are we ready to go to conflict?
Yeah.
We
All
are.
right.
I think
So
we're
you
supposed to
guys-
cheat against the Germans anyway, right? So we can
Right,
just,
right,
we can just adjust.
We'll change it
yeah,
up.
yeah. No one's gonna get mad at us for cheating against
Right,
the bad
they
guys.
can't.
Yeah, this is great. So we're rolling and we're gonna hit on a 9.
Hit on a
I have an 8.
No hits.
Oh my goodness. That's
All right.
Stop rolling ones.
So
That
let's-
was
I know.
super helpful.
We're
my
now going to
third
go to
one.
the fighter. So my fighter rolls against your bombers.
Mhm.
I shouldn't have got rid of
And I got an 11 and a 10.
So they're both,
Both
hitting.
dead.
Okay. And we don't get to.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
Get out of here. The Luftwaffe wins. Okay. So then that's it, because there's nothing else in that zone that can shoot anything right now, so we'll clear that marker. Okay, so we got stuff going on in here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So they brought in 2 artillery, 2 AA, 2 infantry, and a tank.
And we completed movement step 3.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move to my movement step 3, which is, some of my units, my destroyer, my land transports.
Bunch
and
of boring
whatnot.
stuff, if you ask me.
Not great.
Should
Not
keep them still.
not exciting. Not gonna lie, not exciting.
I'm thinking an ambush is your best move right now. You know, just lie
Actually,
in wait.
should I have gone after his wolf pack? I think I should have gone for his wolf pack.
Oh, because you have the destroyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Okay. Well, so the thing to know about the Wolfpack, the subs, is they have the ability to ambush. So if they haven't moved in this movement step for the combat, their combat dice are up 1. So it is beneficial for me if I am stationary.
Right.
So it is kind of cool there's multiple ways that you could want to play it.
So because you moved this on movement step 1, if I had moved in here on movement step 3, actually
they're actually ambushing you. Correct. Now, so there's a couple of ways as a German player I could kind of plan this. I could do a Wolfpack strategy where I want 3 subs because then I have better odds of dealing a lot of damage.
Sure.
Or I can make a seawall so that if he pushes through me, I can potentially catch them because they've got a lot of sea points up here.
Right.
If I did like a wall, if he tries to move his fleet through me, there's a push-through mechanic where I get a chance to get an opportunity to fire pretty much.
Sure.
So now I have to wonder, where did the Allies send their fleets? There's a few options. They can choose to come up here to do an invade and try to get some of the stuff here at the toe of Italy. There's also, the juicier stuff is obviously to the north. You have Rome and Naples up here to the north. This is where my juicy stuff is. Maybe they want to sneak around deeper in the flats, but it takes them longer to do that. So maybe you're going to do that. Maybe they're going to try to go square into Naples and just take over one of my key footholds. So I have to decide that. The other option is they can come around the heel here and try to invade my naval port here in the city of Taranto, I believe. Taranto. I don't know that one very well. But those are
Wikipedia
kind of...
Battle of Toronto, British kicked the crap out of the Italian fleet. So, yeah. A couple years earlier than this campaign.
And at this point, Italy was just battered. They were done. So I have to think, what do I want to do with my fleet, my subs? I moved the destroyer up here just to kind of be a screen. I think what I want to do, I might want to move this sub here. And I'm going to move this sub over here. And I'm going to search here. And I'm going to search here.
Nada.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, that's all for my boats. Because I have a troop transport. Maybe we'll just bring my troop transport there. Just cruising. Doing nothing, really. I don't really understand what I can do with him. Maybe I can abandon and...
Because he's empty right now.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and pass and go to step 4.
Okay.
So he's got 5. So he's revealed 4. He hasn't revealed 5 yet, which we could do if we get in there.
Well, we can...
You probably are here, right? You son of a bitch.
Family friendly.
That's Dr. Bastard to you, okay? Well, something that would piss me off if they did it would be if we just kind of hooked on up here.
So here's the thing to know about artillery. Is artillery
you
either move or shoot because it takes time to deploy your artillery.
Got it.
The only way to avoid that is by using light transports, which are trucks, to basically hook them up and the transport can drive them for the movement step.
Now, what I will say is the artillery already have a range of 1.
I was thinking of just shelling his airfield. Yeah.
With a range of already of 1, that would...
Oh, we could just move and shell.
We can not even have to move.
I was more thinking here because then he would have to move, but if he is, we can move there, so...
Yeah.
I
think regardless, we declare an attack there to try and take down those fighters with our anti-aircraft.
Concur.
But beyond that...
Yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah.
Very annoying to have my aircraft being peppered by flak.
Yeah. So I can't get there with infantry. AA can get nearby, but not quite there.
So here is my train of thought. I'm looking at the separation of his units over there. I'm betting one of 2 things, and I'd love your input.
Sure.
Thing number 1, he's got that big old ball full of troops seated right here at number 1, just to be versatile.
Yeah, or 3.
At 1 or 3, just to be versatile, kind of play the middle.
Quite confident it's not 2.
Yeah. Second option is he took a guess at our strategy early on and has them sitting at 5.
Yeah.
Ready for sort of a key first fight.
100%. We've already flipped 4. Yeah.
If we're feeling brave enough, I would say let's send our ground troops minus the artillery into 5. But that's making a lot of assumptions about the position.
Sure. I mean, we're not going to win this war by being cowards. So let's just roll
Forward,
in.
unto
Forward.
dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just roll
Leave
in
your
all
artillery
Yeah, leave
behind.
my artillery behind. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say leave the AA behind since he doesn't have planes.
Okay, so artillery, so you're moving up a tank and 2 infantry.
Can we declare war again since we've moved out of that?
So you were correct. We did have an army group hiding down here on the coast. They weren't sure. These guys were kind of in reserve of the city.
Sure.
They kind of stayed off. So we will have a conflict here. I have 2 artillery, 2 tanks, and 3 infantry in N5. So we will have a conflict occurring there. Okay, so any other movements before we...
You see, we are in 4. Let me check and make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope, I think that's it for me.
Okay, so we will go through the track. First off, AA. So this is interesting. I don't think the AA... Oh, you are triggering the shot. Yeah, you're doing that.
Yeah, so we're going to kill those fighters.
Right, yeah, you're going to miss. Roll 1.
11, nice.
Boom!
1,
2.
and 2. 2 misses. Well, I think I did okay. It means I've lost 2 fighters, or not 3. I think I lost 3 fighters, but I killed way more. I'm pretty sure I won on that regard.
Yeah, I would say you've definitely,
I'm up on that. So now we're going to go to the battles B. So we have little markers that say A, B, C, so you can kind of outline how you want to do it. So we're going to go to B, and we're going to go straight to
6.
step 5, artillery.
For artillery.
So you guys have 2 artillery shooting in. I have 2 artillery as well. And these roll gray dice. And these artillery hit on...
8.
8, thank you. I got an 8 and a 5.
4.
Man.
Okay, so my 8 hits, which is a gray damage. So you guys need to apply it to either the tank or both infantry.
I mean, we lose some soldiers.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
So we'll lose both infantry. And the reason we do that is because the infantry are white armored, and my gray deals 2 white damage. So they can either lose their tank or lose their infantry. So now we're going to go to step 6, where I have 2 tanks and infantry. I'm going to concentrate fire with my infantry, so they're going to hold back fight. And then my 2 tanks will engage your tank.
My tank hits with a gray.
A 10 and a 1, so I think we both hit each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my 2 infantry.
Okay.
So these guys are goners. Okay. That worked out for me. I think I'm pretty happy about that regard.
Yeah.
I think overall, this has been way better for me than other games. Okay. Now we still have the problem of our artillery hiding out over there. We will need to deal with that. Okay. Is there anything else? Are you guys done with your movement steps over here?
I believe so.
So now I get movement steps with 1. So what I'm going to do... I can move in. Okay, I can't do that. I'm going to use this infantry over here to lay a defensive line down using engineering. A defensive line is it has AA already built into it, and it rolls 2 white dice and a gray dice. Hits on 9s or 8s, and then it's a one-time use. So it's kind of like a fortification. And then I am going to move in with my 3 guys. I'm going to leave my artillery behind. So we'll do a conflict here. And I think these artillery are going to move here. This artillery is going to move here. I'm going to reveal N2 here. And these guys are going to move to these mountains. This guy is going to move... How far do artillery move? 2?
2.
They're going to move here. So we're going to have some art. Actually,
So can you do that? Because if you use one movement...
So they only get one movement in. So if you move in, you get one movement.
So we're clarifying moving into mountains.
And one movement out. That's
Yeah,
right.
one movement out. So I'm going to do that. So my artillery is kind of spread. The last time I played, I had all my artillery in one spot, and they just heavy bombed the heck out of it. Bad idea. So I think spreading them out is probably a better idea. I feel like these infantry might be better used up here. So we'll move them up. And I got a lot of things I need to think about here until I don't get my stuff. I'm going to have them here lay a mine. And the other one, this could really bite me in the butt. The other one is going to blow up this bridge. Okay, so we really want to say, if you want to go north after those, you're going to have to go up there. You're going to have to take your C there. Because otherwise, you're going to have to go through the mountains, and that's not going to be a great trip. What else do I want to do? I have anything else? This guy is going to move over here. I think that's a good idea. I don't think I see anything else. This is the only reason I really think having a second player for Germany would be helpful, but I think we're good. All right, so let's go and do the combat here. So we have your AA will fire first, then my tanks. Oh no, our artillery, then tanks and infantry.
So because can AA...
AA is going to shoot at the airplane. Oh no, they're dead. Oh no, I still have one airplane left. Yeah, you guys are both shooting at my airplanes.
Sweet.
Man.
9. All right, you got him. So that kills my last airplane. So now we're going to go down to artillery, which is gray dice. I've got 2 shooting in.
And you got 2 misses?
No. I have with...
I got a 10 and a 6.
Got an
So
8, just missing.
Okay, so when my 10...
No, 8 is hitting.
I got 7.
Oh, you got 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So my 10 hits. So you guys need to lose 2 white units or one of your artillery.
I think losing the 2 AA now that
I think so. He's got 1 light bomber left. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Okay, and now we'll go to the tanks. So my 2 tanks will attack.
Did you take damage for my artillery? I gave you yeah.
That sucks. Then I'll lose a tank. Didn't realize you hit me.
Yeah.
Okay, that reduces one of my die. So my tank and infantry is kind of pointless because
the infantry doesn't do anything, does it?
No, but I did get a 12 and a 10. Well, so if my infantry rolled a 12, their damage increases, but
so it does matter. Yeah.
So infantry has the up arrow.
Yeah.
But my 12 hits. Does our tanks do anything on a 12? They have an up arrow. That means it's increased 1, or what does that mean?
Up arrow.
Increased firepower. So they're rolling a black damage. So black is 2 gray. So that means both artillery are dead.
Oh.
And then that means I take my territory back.
Sorry, say it again with 2.
So I rolled a 12 on my tank. And it's got an arrow up, which means it rolls the next highest level, which is black damage.
Effective tank.
We are getting smoked on our rolls here.
And then my 12 move you down. Because these have flags, I gain control of my city back.
The city.
Yeah, which is huge. Huge.
Yeah, that was massive.
Yeah, so that was a good plan by me. Basically, I used almost all of my units. You can see here on my board, I pretty much put everything there for my reinforcements for this defense.
No, that was a solid. That one hurt.
Okay, so now we'll go to step 5, which is your guys's. You have tanks and light transports and infantry.
Yeah.
Which hopefully you have nothing left.
Yeah, we're out. I would just finish your turn because we're
okay. So we'll go.
Land.
So my infantry unit, I can't do anything because there's no engineering steps here. Do I want to move anything around that seems interesting? I think I'm actually kind of good. So we'll just go to step 6, which are fighters have to return back to airfields. So that means this guy's going to return here. This guy will return here. This guy's fine. Everything else looks fine. So we're good. So we're going to be done with round 1. So that is the conclusion of round 1. We now have the resupply step. So you guys are going to choose your 2 territories to resupply more units.
Yeah.
The way resupply works is each city has a location underneath it with the amount of numbers. and you can resupply Army, Air Force, and Navy. You can only do one, so each city can do all three, but you can't do in every single city you own. So I can choose to resupply here, here, and here, etc. So we'll kind of do that. So I'm going to do my Army Group South first.
I feel like I can do cruiser or aircraft carrier. I don't see a need for an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a cruiser here. I feel like that's more effective because I can get up in the Wolfpack or still hit here.
In that case, I think I will go with these two. And
my question is, do we go in on the heavy bomber?
if you're going to do a heavy bomber, better put some AA down as well.
Yeah.
I made that mistake.
It makes it a very juicy target.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think if one of us does it, the other one can... if one of us does the heavy bomber, the other one should stock up on the other stuff.
Sure. I've got... We both have the same amount to spend. I don't have strong feelings. I am one closer. I think it probably makes more sense for me to go with the heavy bomber for that.
Sounds great. In that case,
I think I've got 9 to spend, so I'm just going to do a heavy bomber and fighter, I think.
Okay.
Unless you think I should do a heavy bomber and a light bomber. I guess if I'm going in, do I just go in and you do fighter escort?
Yeah.
Where is my heavy bomber? Where's the heavy bomber? Okay, there. And then we'll do...
Okay.
And I'll let you decide which side this one gets for my squad.
Probably 3 fighters.
Okay, let's do it. And then... ground units.
Obviously some AA, and then...
Yeah, 10, so I could do...
Yeah, boy, the loss of that is huge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look how much stuff you're buying.
Yeah.
And you still have your hidden fleets. Let's not lie here. We still have a ton of stuff.
I'm not too stressed about that, but no, your rolls were particularly effective.
I'm thinking this is my...
Love it. Yeah. So that's my question is, do I add heavy artillery, or do I add artillery or tanks, or both?
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you want to be doing the
Yep.
AA?
Mm-hmm. I've got 2 AA.
Okay.
And
then...
I mean, the other thing I could do is have no AA. It doesn't really make... And I just have this bastion of AA and artillery sitting here.
I see. Mm-hmm. I think if you're going to go AA, I'm going to go a little bit less.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like this, where it's just like, come on over if you want.
Right. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll go...
Let's see.
I'll go like this.
Yeah. Solid.
Okay, you guys are done with your
Load up,
redeploy
ship
site,
down.
so go ahead and let us know what you did and how much you're spending.
Yeah, so I have a total of 7 to spend on shipping. So I went with a cruiser for 6 because there's either a cruiser, I've got enough destroyers, and other things the Germans have at this point in the war. A fleet is not one of them, so subs not real important for me there. So I went with the cruiser. And you went with a couple destroyers?
Yeah, so I went with 2 destroyers and a sea transport, make me more mobile, get back into the fight a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. And your armies?
Armies, so I had 10 to spend on this one because I went with heavy bomber, light bomber, kind of put a target here. Went with 3 AA for 6 and an artillery for 9.
Okay.
And I sort of just reinforced my
You don't have any
ground
infantry?
units.
You said it was, how much was your army build?
My army build was 9.
Oh, okay.
So,
Good. To use it all.
infantry's 1. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw in an infantry
I
for
forgot
fun.
this. Yeah. This is the linchpin right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the flag.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Going out on the point. It's going to happen.
And then it looks like you built some heavy bombers and a light bomber.
Yep.
And then Noah, it looks like you built fighters and a light bomber as well as some artillery and tanks. Okay, so I've got 2 armies to go with. We'll do Army Group South. So I went ahead and used my Navy down here, which lets me build a cruiser, a sub, and 2 transports. We'll do that. And then I have my airfield. I have the option of down here a 4, a 6, or a 4. So I chose here, let me build 2 more fighters and a light bomber. So those guys will go there. And then this is also 8. This is technically the best one that I have. So I built a tank for 4, an artillery for 3, and an AA for 1, making an 8. So that everything pretty much reinforced down here.
Sure.
I was scared to death that they were going to take this turn 1. And if I did, yellow, Army Group South is almost out of the fight. And that's why I fought so heavily for this, in case I lost this one. Okay, so Army Group North has a huge airfield here. So I built a heavy bomber and a light bomber and a fighter, because it starts at 11. So that's a huge force. And then this is the only Navy option we have. Luckily, I still control it. So I built a cruiser. I thought about building some subs, but I already have subs, so we'll just go with a cruiser. And I built also in Naples 2 more tanks, which this could kind of screw me, because I'm kind of banking on them attacking it. But because I blew up this bridge, it's kind of it can go either way. Okay, so that's our deployment, and now we move on to round 2, where I get to go first. Okay, so I have my fighters and subs. So I'm going to move these fighters. I want them to be more mobile. So 1, 2, 3. We're just going to move them probably right here. This means that I can respond to anything I need to respond to. And we can also, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get back to wherever I need to be. And then we'll do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kind of keep these fighters mobile to respond. And then let's go ahead and move our sub up to, let's move our subs up to B1 or whatever this is.
This one.
Yeah, let's
Both.
go and
These are
all
moving
of
as
them.
well.
We're going to move the whole wolf pack north. We really were hoping that you're there. Is there a fleet there?
There is not.
God, this sucks, man. These subs, I don't know. Maybe I should spread my carrier or my subs around. The wolf pack's not doing what I want. Okay, so that's it. Unfortunately, because there's nothing really affecting me, and I don't want to go all the way over there, so,
That's fine. It's
so
fine.
I'll go ahead and pass my turn.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
You know, we're patrolling our shores.
Have here.
So the question is, do you get your fighters over now?
Right.
I'm
1,
hoping
2,
that
3,
they are.
You can't
ooh,
get there. Yeah.
Yeah, your bombers are out of range.
Um,
No more torpedo bombers to come get me. Unless you launch them from your aircraft carrier, that still doesn't work. Yeah.
I like the blocking for here, but I also feel like I want to kind of get my guys in into the fight over there.
Is revealing the
Any
fleet-
step between
any
1 and
step.
6. 1
Okay.
and 6. Yeah, any time. Just like how I kind of do it here. I'm like, I'm going to reveal these guys so I can get them in the fight. Get them doing stuff. I still have 1 army group fully hidden for north.
But it's only going to be this or this.
We've already revealed 2.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you've seen 2.
It's 1 or 3.
Yep.
It's going to be 3.
Mhm.
One is
Most likely.
one is too far away, and he blew that bridge.
Maybe it's 1. Maybe 1.
Yeah.
I could have my forces 1 that makes the bridge blow up might make sense.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or
Talk
we're
about
just
making sense.
really trying to protect
Yeah.
Naples here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So we're only in one. So really, the question for you is just fighters.
Yeah, since you don't have any subs.
Yeah.
Just fighters. Do you want to move those fighters anywhere?
I guess the question is, I mean, you know where my hidden fleet is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth revealing at this stage?
Probably. It's
For
frustrating.
you,
the hell
Hush now. Hush now.
It's frustrating the hell out of me. They're probably somewhere right here. That's what I'm thinking. I thought either Noah's sneaking around the back, or you're gonna go right up to here and unload.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. Or you're gonna kind of come up here, but that's why I built that cruiser. Kind of make a blockage point.
So, because I'm just looking at this, you can't get
No
to...
cheating.
You can't get to, because where we want you to get is here.
Right.
But with the measurements out, counting out, you can only get to there.
Right.
Or the question is, you can also get there.
Right.
And if you wait until turn 3, if you can't get to, I would wait until that so that turn 2 can't affect us.
I would say that I would also have the option of this.
And if you guys
Yeah.
want to show the camera as much as
Yeah.
you can, kind of your ideas, that way the audience is.
Oh, sure. So for the audience, if you remember, he is currently sitting right here.
Try to get as close as you can.
Sitting right
There you
there.
go.
So with a movement of 3, that does affect it. I like that plan. I like that solid. But I still think with either of those, you want to wait.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay, so any fighter movement?
So yeah, the really question is probably there because I can't get my heavy bomber in until we got fighter escort. So I'm copacetic either way. And yeah, that actually helps. Getting fighters over there now.
Yeah, you say do it now?
Yeah, let's do it now.
Okay. Let's do it.
Move these. I don't know where you want to go. You go 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you want to be here.
I think that's a great spot for them.
We're still on turn 1, yes?
Yep, moving step 1. Anything else? Is that it?
That should be all.
Okay, so we're going to go to my movement step 2, which would be my fighters, bombers, mine layers, and transports. So what I'm going to do, we're going to pull this AA, this dude. We're going to pull him into the boat. And we're going to move him here, and we're going to unload them over here. Effectively, we're going to abandon this airfield. I still have mines there in case they land, so I'm not totally concerned if they decide to land there. They got mines to kind of deal with. But I think I need to start consolidating and pulling my units back. I'm also not going to engage those fighters. I think you just let them go. And I'm going to move my bomber out because they're kind of pointless down here.
Sure.
And I want them to be able to get to an airfield, and I feel like they're safer here to get to an airfield than down there. Because if they reveal their fleet down here and I lose this location and I lose anything else, they could be lost. And I'm pretty much believing I'm going to lose an invasion here soon. So I'll pull those bombers back. My destroyer, we'll push him here. That means if he reveals his fleet or does anything, no, you know what? I kind of like it down here. I think, you know what? We'll do it here. We'll move him back. I think that's smart. So we moved our transports. We have these transports. We can just kind of move these here to make it so that there's stuff that I can lose and not be my cruiser. So I think that protects my cruiser and sub. I forgot I have it sub there. I could have moved that sub, but I forgot. Is there a hidden flea here? No.
Well, you have to. I'm just kidding.
Wrong step. I think I'm done. I think I'm just going to let that go. We're going to pull my bombers back, and we'll call it there.
Okay. I'm thinking. Do I? So I can't hit your subs with that are submerged.
You can only hit them with a destroyer
Mhm.
or a bomber, a
Right.
light bomber. That's the only thing.
Oh,
you
with
can
the sonar, right.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like if I fly the light bomber over, then I can fly the heavy bomber.
Correct. The heavy bomber doesn't even hit it because it doesn't have sonar.
Mm-hmm.
The heavy bomber does have an ability called strategic bombing, which you could do, but that's only for, like, if you want to shut down my production.
Yeah. I think it really makes sense to get my heavy bomber in. The question is just, do I get my heavy bomber here and take out this artillery? Or here? Because otherwise I'm flying right into the teeth. I can't get him here.
Right.
It
It depends. I would say if we
You have
want
to remember you got to get him back too.
Right.
if we want the bomber to be protected, basically wherever it goes.
Yeah.
Since he's abandoned that airfield, we can have that be the end point
Mm-hmm.
as
It's
an
not
option.
fully abandoned. It's got mines.
Yeah, but they can't hit air stuff. So.
But I can't land.
You can't land there. You have to. It's still captured. You still have to take it.
Oh,
with
I
an-
see.
with
So
an
to have a
infantry.
troop. Yeah.
So it's still mined out. Yo, you don't have the rulebook, do I? Do you?
You do. Let's see. I would say go for the artillery. That's a much harder target to hit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So we're declaring a battle there. Anywhere else?
We will certainly get our light bombers. Do we double here to try and more likely, or the artillery?
Let's see. Our heavy bomber is going to be doing 5 rolls and hits on a 9 and does gray damage. I think that's probably fine.
Concur.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we need a B.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we resolve the heavy bomber first.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be rolling gray dice
5 times.
5 times.
Just roll 5 dice.
1.
No,
Yeah.
You just roll. And I think we only have 4, so roll a white with it.
Yeah.
But you have 4.
You already rolled 1, so here are the other 4.
And we're gonna go ahead and take out that.
Did you get? How many hits did you
2
get?
11s and a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, with a heavy bomber, a 12 would mean you'd roll an additional dice.
So go ahead and roll and see if we get another hit.
No, you don't. You've already carpet bombed.
Right,
the
yeah, yeah.
entire-
We gotta see if we are pest control
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
as pest
Yeah,
control, you know?
Yeah, totally. So, and then we're here. We're each rolling a gray. Yeah.
We're going for gray.
11. So.
1 again.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, got 1 gray hit.
What's that?
So
Yeah.
we'll take my tank. I still have a troop there, so I still control it.
Yeah.
For now.
Mm-hmm.
So that will resolve that. I know. Do I run them away? There's actually a benefit for me that I can.
Well,
do
you
here.
can't run them away yet. So we're not in turn 4. We just finished turn 2.
I know, but I have the option.
Well, I don't think I'm done with turn 2.
Okay.
Because I can still move destroyers and sea transports, of which I have
to make sure next
some
time.
strategic ones.
Oh no! Wait. And we
Oh,
can't.
you're right.
Yeah.
All movement first before we do it.
Right. Well, I was gonna move it.
Are you gonna land there? You
No,
want that 1
I was not.
point
Let me
toe?
show you what I was thinking here. I was thinking. can do that. So, for the audience, I can make it right there
I don't like that.
with my movement.
I don't like the sound of that.
So we're thinking that trumps this.
Just broke my watch.
No,
it's
that works great. I think
it's a genuine question.
Yeah,
I don't.
no,
I think yours doesn't benefit.
right. I would say that's the right move then. Of the two, the thing that I wasn't considering, I guess, do I want to lock that in and then I can talk about what I was thinking there?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna lock that in. So we're gonna load up. Oops. Those 2 artillery and a tank. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Love it.
Then we're just gonna hang out.
Are you gonna unload?
Ooh, you know what? I definitely should try.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are gonna unload.
100%. Because he's got a single troop. He can't even concentrate. Fire.
True.
I can. I've got artillery in range. Okay. So they are unloading in Celerino or whatever it's called.
Salerno.
So, okay, man. Just because you're a doctor, you know things.
We got the
sorry,
we got
last
the gringo
thing before
speak
that
over
fight.
here, right? Yeah.
So yeah, my infantry is pointless. Really, the only thing that matters are my artillery units that are in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And my cruiser. Oh, you're laying mines?
I'm putting mines in that spot as well.
That's
Nice.
an interesting play because that means his hidden fleet is probably around there. That's a good play. All right, so we're going to be doing this. I will not roll for my infantry because it's pointless, but I will roll for my 3 artillery units that are over there. Hitting on grays. We're looking for some good hits. We got a 12. These didn't hit. So 12 gray. So let's go and...
So it gives you a +1, so you just get to roll another die.
Another die?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A 7. Does 7 hit?
Nope.
Nope. So we got a hit. So one of your things will die.
Yeah.
Oh, it's artillery, right?
Yep. It's gray. Gray damage.
It's great. So it could be artillery or...
Right, but if... Oh, never mind. I
Yeah.
forgot about the whole unloading thing,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we will lose an artillery for that.
Okay.
And this is all still movement turn 2, yeah?
Yeah, that was
Yep.
in transport
Uh-huh.
2. So now we're in 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What you got?
But, as I said, it's chilling there. It's pretty powerful, yeah.
Is there a hidden fleet here?
Nope.
I'm going to move my transport in there. So I'm going to... Can they start a fight?
No.
They don't have a roll.
They don't
They
have
don't
a
have
roll.
firepower.
And how does the mines work?
I roll for the mine.
Although I think...
Oh, I see. You're using the transport to take out the...
If I remember right, because you're moving into an uncontested area, I think
Yeah.
a fight has to happen. You're just essentially walking into...
Yeah, and the reason I'm asking is because my cruiser can shoot in there
Oh, I see.
as well.
I see.
right? Because it would basically saying we're doing this to here.
Right.
But also, we're going to roll for the mine, right?
Yeah.
So you roll? Or do I roll?
I roll
And it hits on a 6.
Yeah.
One of them hits, right?
I think so. I guess
It's hard because
it does matter.
Yeah.
Do I roll them one at a time, and if the first
Roll
one hits,
one,
the second
yeah.
one doesn't? Okay.
Yeah. And it's hard because the mines, from what I can see, are not in the rule book.
6.
Hits on
All right,
6.
you got one of them. All right, so he's dead. That's fine. So now we're going to send my subs over. We're going to send all 3. This might be a complete bait, but I'm taking it
So how come you can get to move the subs?
because they're moving 3.
But I thought you're finished with your movement.
I haven't moved. No, I'm still in my movement step. We're just doing the... I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I still get to choose what I lose. Right.
I
So
think
we're still
I'm
going to...
fairly certain the mines count as one of the combats.
Okay, we'll move... Yeah, you're right, because it's in... I thought it was somewhere.
Oh, it says any
It's
step.
any step.
I see.
It's in
you
movement
can
step.
move because no, it's moving because there's a combat declared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you couldn't move. That was my confusion.
So, you know what? I'm going to send I'm gonna send one sub over there. I'm gonna send one more sub to B2. And is there a fleet there?
No.
Is there a fleet here?
No.
F. Well, we have our subs. We have our combat will be declared there. We do have something happening here.
Mm-hmm.
My cruiser can't affect that. And I don't think I have anything else really. I have this. This cruiser's kind of just, I think, chilling. I think I'm totally fine hanging out here, waiting to see what Louis does if he's, hold coming down here. So we'll go and just roll for this. So we will go to, and we're fighting in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So your artillery cannot hit my sub.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. So we'll just go straight to my sub roll.
And my destroyer roll.
And your destroyer, your 2 destroyers.
Yep.
So my sub rolled a 3, so I miss. Worthless.
Big
sub.
money, no whammies.
Got
money.
him. You got him. He was a bad admiral. Anyways, all right. So I'll roll. My cruiser now rolls 2 dice. It rolls an 8 or a white and a gray. They hit on 8s, and I got a 9 and a 10. So a 9 on the gray, a 10 on the white. So the white will take out the troop transport, and then the gray. Or what are the destroyers?
Mm-hmm.
Destroyers. Oh, everything dies actually. All 3 die.
Oh, right, because the destroyers are white.
Yeah, all 3 die. So that cruiser had a great hit.
That was huge.
Great hit. I love the double dice. Look at the battleships. Black. It rolls a black and a gray.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that you guys haven't engaged your battleships yet. You're taking too long on these hidden fleets. Mm-hmm. So we'll go to step 3, your guys' hidden fleets.
Yeah, so I am...
Oh, speaking of which...
Yeah.
Well, speaking of hidden fleets...
So I'm revealing my hidden fleet. I just moved it to E3.
Oh, you
Yeah.
snake.
Well, I realized so I can unload here because this is uncontested. I feel terrible about this. Really, I do.
You snake.
So we're just going to unload here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of units.
It is. So it's like, you got a lot there, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. So we're going to put these guys here as well.
Interesting play that he went all the way around the heel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was sitting here. I was sitting at, so now we can reveal, sitting at D5. Appreciate you just walking by. I was initially going to come up. You were there, and I realized, actually, I can still get here with the same 3 movements.
That's a much more advantageous position.
Much more advantageous, because I can unload everyone right there.
Okay.
And so...
So you have an aircraft carrier.
So I can now start, and since we're still in movement step 3, I can use my battleship, and the question is, do I use my battleship to go after the cruiser or the town? Thoughts? What I want to make sure is, if I use my battleship now, that does mean... Does that mean he can move anything into this area?
No.
Okay.
There are no more ship movements this round.
Got it. So
my movement's done, right? So
Yeah.
it's just your movement now.
Well, that's why I was trying to figure out how you got to move those subs.
It's still on they're right here. They're still in movement step 3.
I realized
Subs
that.
get 2 moves. So I moved my
so
transports.
how could you? So you could still move your cruiser?
Yep. I could have moved everything that's in this box.
So the subs move in both 1 and 3. So
they get 2 movements.
Oh, I missed the subs in 3. I apologize. Yeah. That was my confusion. I thought the subs were in 1 and 2, and I'm like, no, how can you move them? I'm picking up what you're laying down. Thoughts on shelling?
Shell it.
I think I do the most devastation by far hitting the town.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll do that. And I don't have anything else. I can't use my planes to attack right now, correct?
No, because they are in step 2. So we're in step 3 right now. So your planes are still on board your aircraft carrier.
Okay. This is my battleship. Nothing with the battleship.
Good.
F minus.
You know,
Man.
it actually is pretty historically accurate that battleship shelling was kind of ineffective.
Oh, it was incredibly effective in the Pacific War as well. Yeah.
No, ineffective, at least in D-Day.
No, ineffective. No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Battleship shelling for invasions was very ineffective, unfortunately.
No, in the entire Pacific War,
Yeah.
I mean, they would just absolutely cover the
entire
they
place.
would always, I mean, you look at what they did to Iwo Jima, and it did very little damage to the
Well, it's also
Japanese
hard to
troops.
know because the Japanese were not very forthcoming with how many losses. We'd
No,
be like
totally.
between 45,000 and 100,000 casualties. We're not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so so you guys are done there. That's a huge
Well, hold
force.
on. I haven't.
Oh.
Sorry, he started rolling.
Oh,
before
the
I-
Americans think that
Sorry,
they have a
we were
fleet.
so separate that it was like, okay.
Right. Yeah. We are
Yeah,
super separate. I am gonna go B7 and unload.
So I guess the only question is, if you go to C2, these artillery can't hit you. I don't know if that's how important that is.
These artillery have 2 range, so they can cover here.
Oh, I missed that it still is that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's why my artillery in the mountains are extremely effective.
Yeah.
And because the area that we are landing on is contested, it is an option for me to declare a fight. I do not have to.
So you can get all your boys out. Well done, sir.
Well, we're just going to go ahead and cruise on in here.
Heidi ho, neighbor.
How's it going?
You know
How's it hanging?
You know that movie with Hitler and the crow's nest?
Oh, yeah.
I want that right now. You know, like, I'm so like, what is this? How are they here?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah, my cruiser's going to shell your last guy here.
Oh,
General
okay.
principle.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't he already do that?
No, he hasn't gotten around to that yet. Yeah.
General principle of the matter. So we've already done this. So this one's done. You're choosing to ignore here. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, and he's dead.
I still own it until you choose to land. Just remember that. You gotta get there with a troop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can use I'm just going to use the surface transport there.
So,
On
in future
your
reference,
movement,
you'd have to have done it during the movement step. So,
But that's next movement phase anyway. So moving back for now, you'll just move in a moment.
he can't. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Sea transport counts as a
Actually,
land bridge.
yes, you could do a land bridge. So yes, you could have just done that next phase. So that's totally a fine movement.
Okay.
A land bridge is if there's a sea transport in between 2 spots, you can use it as movement for a troop.
Got it.
So like if I had a guy here, I could go like this kind of thing.
Oh, that's huge. That is really big that you could do
Here,
there
yeah.
and not have to go around. Like,
Yeah.
so for, okay, yeah.
Yep. I think that's why you actually start with a sea transport there. Okay, so now we're in step 4. So we have some options here. We can maybe just send an infantry unit over there and just start hitting it. Like, who cares if your battleship's hitting me? Just so I can get some artillery fire. I think that might be what I want to do. And then I'm going to reveal this guy too. I didn't get a chance to use him the way I wanted to, so we're just going to put him there.
It's devastating.
Yeah. That poor truck.
The truck was there for
I'll never
support,
financially recover from this.
in case you want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Right in
send.
our weak spot.
We're going to send this volunteer unit here, and we're going to trigger a combat.
So, just for the audience, why did you choose to do that? Send one guy.
So it's going to start a fight here. So all your supporting fire will be triggering here. All
Yeah.
my supporting fire will trigger here. So all my stuff won't get retaliated.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose an infantry, but I might whittle you down.
Sure.
So I'm
No,
just
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
triggering
no,
the
it makes
fight.
total sense.
I'm
It's-
also
yeah.
going to have German North is going to reveal.
What? You're on 3? Oh my goodness. What a surprise.
The whole time?
Yeah.
You mean the entire time? Yes.
Oh
fact-
yeah, just for the audience. So we were, hopefully it was clear, but he was on B4. You were searching all over the place. And what was interesting is what we really wanted to do was to be, if you had a 4 movement and could have gotten here.
And dropped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless, is there a way you could have done the hidden fleet movement?
So hidden fleets can pass through subs.
No. Hidden fleet to A6 and then use the rest of the troop movement to get to here?
No, because the movement is all those ships move as a unit and basically
Perfect.
stay as a
Although,
fleet.
what I could have done is...
You could have split. You could have revealed and just said, I'm going to send these ships this way. Like, we're going to splinter them in a bunch of
I
different
could
directions.
also have increased my speed by adding a destroyer to the hidden fleet, because the destroyer has escort, which would have then helped carry
that's cool.
the
Dude,
slow
this game
people.
has so many cool, like, add-ins. Okay, so we got an engagement here. I'm going to choose to do an engagement here with those guys, which means I can supporting fire. I'm probably going to move... God, this is scary as hell. My cruiser is out of range, hey? I think I'm going to move these fodder, these infantry troops up here. And we're going to put a defensive line with one infantry here. And another defensive line. And a mine. I think I have 3 infantry, yeah. So we're just gonna... Naples is gonna be locked. This still makes me a little nervous. We're gonna move our AA up here. And these tanks are actually gonna go 1, 2, 3. How much do my tanks move? 3. They're gonna make a wall here just to protect that city, my airfield. Okay, so we're gonna bombard this with my artillery from range. So I have 1, 2, 3 artillery. Anything in here that fires? No. My cruiser doesn't hit. So we'll do 3 artillery versus whatever the hell you got in there, and my infantry if it survives.
Yeah, so artillery are firing, and battleship is firing. So
yeah. So what fires first? Your battleship and artillery first.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 artillery.
How many artillery do I have in there?
1, 2. I see 2.
3.
1, 2, 3, and a battleship. Yep.
Okay. And
ooh, nice. I got a 12. So that means I roll another die.
Dice.
Yeah.
And a 4. Okay. So I got 1 hit.
I need 1 more dice to be considered a gray. Yeah. Okay. So all of these would be gray. These are for the artillery.
Got
2
1
hits.
hit. 2 hits.
2
All right.
hits.
So these guys are dead.
That's 1 hit, and then another hit is they're shooting.
So they're all shooting in here. So there's nothing left.
Ah, got it. Okay.
That's what I was saying. Like
You lose 1. He loses 1 gray.
He's gonna lose 1 gray, equivalent to gray. Battleship doesn't even roll. There's nothing left.
Boom!
But you can roll if you want to for the feel goods.
For the fun. So sorry, what am I losing? What gray damage?
1 gray.
1 gray damage to you.
Lovely. I will lose 2 of my poor infantrymen.
Okay. So now we're gonna come down here. Same thing.
Sorry, and then could I have separated out over multiple?
Everything
areas?
landed there.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, I believe everything like. Are you saying like land here,
Yeah.
kind of thing? I don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to read the rules again.
Okay.
But we're gonna do this conflict. So my cruiser will be engaging as well as 2 artillery cannons.
Okay.
So we'll do my artillery first. My cruiser rolls 2 dice as well. So we'll do my artillery first. I got an 11 and a 9.
So 2 great
those
hits.
are 2 hits, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we'll do my cruiser. 7 and a 4.
Another hit.
Both miss. So cruiser's out.
So I have 2 gray damage.
Yep.
How nice do you think those landing, moving these are? How significant are they?
I mean, I put them in there for fodder a lot, but you also can use them to move.
Sure.
They're intended to move.
They move the artillery. Yeah.
They move artillery and they
I would
move
say
your
we're in a
troops.
spot right now where that's probably one of the best ones to lose if you have to lose something.
I have to lose a decent chunk. I was going to lose this and 2 troops.
So
these and 2 troops.
Okay. So that's
Or
4.
I could lose 4 troops.
Remember, you
I
need
think that's a better option. The first one,
the 2 and
not
2.
4 troops. Yeah, do 2 and 2.
Okay. So that's that. And then
I mean, I
so
can
you got
roll.
some
I
backfire.
can roll infinite die, or do you want to just take that guy
now
out?
you roll out. Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna hit.
Yeah, I get that's. I have the battleship. I have everything, so that's why I'm like, this seems a bit.
I mean, yes, there is a chance in terms of dice rolling that you can miss this roll,
right.
but I will just concede for time.
It's like
This was.
yeah. If it was anything more
sure
significant than 1 guy against everything, I would. Yeah.
How many tanks do you start with in your hidden fleet?
Hidden 2.
Okay, 2 tanks, 2 artillery.
2 tanks, 2 artillery. Yep.
Okay. I flipped one of these and I wasn't sure if I had it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that ends that combat. I think that was good. I whittled you down a little bit, made it look a little less intimidating.
Sure.
But now, unfortunately, it is your movement step 4.
So the benefit. So in this case, it behooves me to move everyone in, correct?
You don't want to move your artillery, so that's the point with artillery.
Right, but it behooves me because in this case, I want to move everybody in so that we can still, if I can get everybody out, with the exception of artillery.
Right. I would say maybe leave, strategically speaking, maybe leave one single infantry behind. So if everything gets devastated, you have one infantry to just walk in and claim it.
Because you remember, you have infantry move again on step 1.
Yeah.
On step 5.
Okay.
So you want to move. Here, I can help you. So you're moving your tanks in here. Are AA?
What's that?
AA?
Yes, so I can go after your fighters. Yeah.
Okay.
Any reason for me? I can't move my planes in, correct?
Nope, they move on step 2.
Right. Okay. So we'll get this. Yeah.
This will be conflict A.
All right. So first thing is I'll roll my battleships.
Well,
Wait,
I've got mine.
he's gotta do his
Oh
movement.
yeah. Well, I'll start rolling.
Wait, we'll just wait for his moving. So, because I want to make sure I'm paying attention to it.
Oh,
Right.
fair. Okay.
I am. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Do you also capture this? So give yourself another victory point. Right. This is 1 victory point.
Yeah.
1.
So yep.
Feeling pretty confident right now.
So.
Yeah, 30's that's a tall number.
Well, when you start taking like this one costs 6, and the other,
Yeah, right, yeah.
They right now you've taken luckily my minor.
Yeah.
Like this one's obviously going to fall pretty early.
Right.
So. I think.
But I think keeping us at bay here was a better play than loading everybody on 5. Although you would have then been able to.
So my other option was load them up on 2. And then counterattack.
Sure.
It's just where did I want to counterattack to?
Yeah.
And I figured you're probably going to take the juicy bait down there, and if I
Sure.
could just make you waste more time.
I also specifically by stopping here, I could still get around. I knew I could come here. That I was looking at
You
that.
had a lot of options.
Yeah.
For your deployment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna load up into some trucks here.
Okay.
So we go 1, 2, and that because I believe it's 2. Oh, it's 3, and then a thing. So
Are you gonna go in my mine?
We're gonna go here.
You gonna go in the mine?
You wish I was going to your mine.
Come to me.
And how far can those guys go? Ooh, okay.
I feel very confident right now with my defense.
And mines deal white damage. Is that what we had?
We don't know.
Okay.
I have a text message from the developer on my phone. My phone's filming me.
Right.
So, I wish I could check. I don't remember if I think it was gray damage.
Okay.
But I checked the rule book, and unfortunately I don't see anything in the rule
Sure.
book.
Okay.
I think it's gray damage. And I was trying to sign in onto my text messaging on this tablet, but it requires me to pair the QR code. So again, that doesn't, help.
What are you thinking?
Is this still filming, by the way?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm thinking I take this.
Yeah.
How are you going to get there?
Driving.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
And only light trucks can unload into...
Right.
But it's not an invasion. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think we haven't utilized as a play group are the air transports enough.
True. Yeah. Air transport would.
Look how far
Would
they
be pretty
move.
crazy,
They move
right?
Oh, yeah.
7.
Yeah.
No, I haven't forgotten about them at all. That's my plan. If I can take that airfield as my plan, I have not forgotten them at all.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah. We're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And we're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
They unload. That was an artillery. I only loaded artillery.
And so you're gonna do this conflict. This is an interesting
Yeah.
play. Very interesting play. Well, I'm gonna have to.
Technically, that's a B if that matters.
It doesn't matter too much.
Matters to me.
Yeah.
It matters to...
Yeah, some of us have class and integrity.
Yeah, some of us care about the rules and don't just blatantly
Others
cheat.
of us play the Nazis. yeah. Some of us are good human beings.
Okay,
others play the
someone's got to
Nazis.
play the bad guys. Someone has to play the bad guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that it with your guys' movement?
Well, so are you going to attack anywhere else? Are you going to move these guys at all? Totally, not a loaded question. I don't.
That's a fair question because I can, for example, I could move the tanks and attempt an attack to distract some of the artillery. I don't feel like that's super effective.
So what he's saying here is kind of important, is that your artillery can only support fire one fight at a time. So let's say there's an engagement here. These artillery can either fight here or here. So you have to think about they're spending the time to position and fire in that one direction.
My other question is, technically, you could have these guys.
Tanks cannot enter.
No, you put like artillery here.
Yeah.
Right. I do think putting the artillery there is smart, so we will do that.
Okay. So that one won't be able to fire since
Right.
it's moved.
Yep. But it's going to be there. And then I think holding this airfield by itself is...
It's solid.
Very solid.
Us, yeah.
Do you want to move that AA with you, or are you going to keep it there?
We're going to keep it there.
Okay. There's your funeral.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's a push through mechanic here, since you push through my bombers.
Since area units return, I'm assuming not, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, ask the publisher. I'm not going to bomb you as you're flying over, but there is a potential that this could be a push through situation, which means if you're pushing through, I think it might matter. I think it does matter. Like, I think it does count. If you're pushing through enemy controlled units, you can keep moving, but I get an attack of opportunity.
Sure.
But we'll just keep playing. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
I feel like
I'm
just kicking your butts anyway, so I'm not too concerned.
Right.
So we'll do this one first. We'll do this engagement, this big one.
All right.
So we'll
AA.
your AA's in there, and you have no planes.
Correct.
So you have 2 AA.
And just to clarify, because when I unloaded, I would have put my planes here if I could have, but I couldn't.
Yeah, they're on your aircraft carrier.
And they both hit.
Hit on 9.
One of them's a 12.
12. So I can choose
One's
which
a
one.
7. You hit on 9s.
I know, I got a 12 as well.
So the 12 means you can choose the target. So you can take out my bomber.
Yeah, 100% taking out your bomber.
Alright. That stinks.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so we skip fighter. You've got no air cover. My bomber's now dead. There's none of this. So my cruiser and your battleships and artillery.
Yeah.
Okay.
So battleship.
So I've got 2 artillery.
I'm just gonna do an intensive battleship.
Okay, my artillery got a 12.
For one of them.
Okay,
And
so
I roll again.
I have a
4.
gray hit from my battleship.
Okay. Okay, so and I got a gray hit from one of my artilleries.
Okay.
So I'm gonna lose 2 AA.
Okay. I'm gonna lose.
And
That was 2 AA.
And then my
AA and the
cruiser.
soldier?
Yeah. Because my tanks still have
Right, still have their opportunity.
Okay, my cruiser missed.
Did you roll for then your artillery?
I haven't rolled for my artillery yet. I'm just trying to do this one at a time because I know
Right,
otherwise.
right.
Okay, and I'm rolling 2 artillery. These are both artillery, and they both hit. So I've got 2. No, that's a 6, not a 9. Sorry. I have one gray hit.
1 hit. All right. We'll lose artillery or AA and infantry.
Okay.
So
And
now I've got
rolling-
a tank left.
I've got 2 tanks.
Yep, and I've got 1. Got 12, so that's black damage.
Okay. I've got 2 grays. 2.
So 2 grays. So I'm gonna lose. Both my guys will die, and then you've got black damage. So you can assess here. It's either 2 grays or 3 whites. So you're gonna have to probably do 2 grays.
Yeah.
And then I lose my two guys on your guys.
Yeah. Okay. No, this actually works because I can still. That was a great call because I can still walk my guy in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a bit more expensive than I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think me.
That reinforcement phase is going to do wonders.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have.
But also, we've almost removed yellow as a fighting force. There's some.
Right.
There's a couple things here, but it has been. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna go down to step.
Oh, I hadn't realized if we take this out, you don't have yellow. Can't resupply.
Yellow can resupply up there.
Oh, you got it. Yep.
Thank God.
There
I
you
got
go.
home south.
And yellow almost couldn't land. Still have airfields, but almost.
Yeah, so luckily
Could've wiped
I have my airfield here
Yeah.
that I can use to get the hell out. And that's why I kind of moved him here to kind of be like, where do I need to be mobile to? Unfortunately, I honestly thought you guys were all on that side of the map. I didn't think anything about being over here.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're in step 5. Light transports, infantry, and tanks. I'm just...
Oh, we gotta resolve this fight.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Oh yeah.
So we just go down to
So 3 artillery.
artillery, yeah. So I have 2, you have...
You don't have any, one of those grays? I'll just use this. These are 3 grays.
These are 2 grays?
Oh, I guess I have a gray here.
Oh, 4 to 5.
I got a 12 and a 9.
Dude, you're
So-
rolling on this. This
need to
game
relax.
has been egregious.
Another 9. So I got 3 gray hits.
3 gray hits, you
Yeah.
say. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
So, yeah, I don't think we're winning this game.
No, we're definitely
No.
struggling.
My defenses worked perfectly. Okay.
Oh no, he's doing the accent.
No,
Yeah,
I can do
no.
a much thicker one. I'm choosing not to here.
Mhm.
Okay, so now what do I want to do here? There's a few options that I can have here. I think maybe we want to sacrifice just a Panzer IV. We're going to move a Panzer IV into here. We're going to choose to sacrifice this guy.
Okay.
Because we need units to reinforce.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know what? I think these guys are going to swing down here. Okay, so we'll do a combat here.
Okay.
And we'll choose to bombard 3, and then you're 1.
So you're choosing to use your artillery to attack that location
Yep.
as opposed to the other one. Okay.
Wait, oh, shoot, hold on. I forgot we have this attack.
Mm-hmm.
I thought your artillery already used one to attack here. We're now.
So now we're in a new
yeah.
new move step.
Got it.
So now my guys can attack or defend in a new move step. You're right. Shoot. I'm not gonna do an attack there. I'm just gonna do an attack here.
Coward.
You could do an attack here and they could shoot in for defense. I think that's probably smarter.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll do my 3 artillery. These artillery have done well in these mountains.
They've done incredibly well. Yeah.
Oh, don't count if they are, although those are good rolls. And I missed. All missed.
I will fire my artillery into there.
This one.
Yep.
Okay.
So
And you also have this one now that can fire.
true. I do have to declare before I roll, don't I?
I guess the question is, where else would that attack right now?
It could happen here if you
True.
choose to engage this again. You also have your battleships that can.
Also, this is a defensive roll, so let's do both.
Yeah.
No, why not? It's a defensive roll. I'm just
You
thinking.
I have an
defense
attack roll
and
and a
attack.
defense roll, yeah. So
in the same move step.
I may as well use the defensive.
Sure.
Doesn't
That
count
doesn't
if
count. It's not in there. I rolled a 1 with the other one. I love
Classic
everything.
no. Classic
That's
no.
a 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
roll
no.
the battleship.
Now we're gonna.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
battleship.
Yeah.
Black
Gray
and
and
black.
black.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dice are hitting on 1s. I think we should
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
rolling those.
Yeah.
Literally
no,
do
I
anything
don't-
else. Yeah.
7. What are the
Oh,
battleships
word.
hit on?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! I just missed by 1 on both of them.
All right, so we'll go to the tank. My Panzer IV is rolling in there.
Uh-huh.
We've got an 8.
And I'm rolling 3 of these.
Tank is hitting on a gray.
7. So
Yeah.
the tank does hit.
Okay, well I hit
You
with
actually
all
did it.
3 of them.
This is amazing.
All right, so I
This is
killed.
a miracle.
I
Why
killed-
couldn't that have happened in the last roll?
I have no idea.
I
This is,
killed one of your
I don't know
tanks.
the last stretch of egregious rolls like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the end of my move step 5.
Okay.
Back to you.
Okay.
I wish there were mountains down here. I could have put this guy, but
Yeah.
so in hindsight, I wish I actually put artillery here.
That would have been
because
a
I could
solid
have
play.
voted up here.
That would have been huge.
And then he could have covered this entire thought. After like our deployment, I was like, instead of down here, I was like, man, if I loaded this up with all my artillery instead, moved him here, you get a massive field of coverage.
To be fair, I would have just started pouring my heavy bomber in there.
Your troops, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, your heavy bomber will not last long.
Yeah.
So it's your guys' move step 5.
I'm
Tanks.
I have
and
made my
troops.
movement.
You're just gonna declare. Oh, you got an infantry coming in. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like spreading them out though. Okay, so you're not gonna have this guy engage here. So
No,
you're doing supporting. Well, I'm saying you don't want to fight.
Oh yeah. No, I want to fight the more
And
advantageous.
does your
fight.
battleship reach there? No.
It does not.
Thank God.
Barely.
All right, so let's do that fight. So 3 artillery, and to
2 artillery.
Let me see if I can kill that infantry unit. I got wow.
Got 12 with my artillery.
Look at that roll. We just bombarded. So the infantry guy's dead. You got one of them though?
I did get one of them.
All right.
No.
So I roll
infantry.
3. I roll 3 12s, which means I would roll 3 additional dice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Artillery, infantry is
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
duper
See
good.
what
And
you
then I rolled an 11, 2, and a 4. So 4 hits on that infantry. Just blew that mountain out. Okay, so that's gone. So now we're on step 6, fighter return. So I'm going to move these guys down here. Also, you took this. This
Yeah.
fighter needs to move now.
So that's now up to 19. Yeah.
This fighter will move here. These fighters, 1, 2. So good thing these guys can all fall back here. I technically still own this, actually.
That was my question. Do you own it?
Yeah, no one's been there. You have to drop a flag guy there. So we will take that there.
Right.
just
So
drop
I
like that.
can.
And then this fighter will fall back here.
Do we?
So before we do anything, since we're going to move step 6,
Yeah.
we have recorded about an hour and 35 minutes
Mm-hmm.
of filming time. We can play one more round, or we could call it here. This was our designated end time for round 2. But we've got
enjoying it. I think so. I think you could also stop the playthrough here, so you don't have an hour and a half of editing.
yeah.
And like an additional.
I think we got a great feel of how this game plays.
Yeah.
For what the experience. We want people to see the experience. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the experience of the Americans and the British having a force, but that's because I just decimated them.
Yeah.
So.
Says you. You know what's going to happen next
But I
round.
do think this is probably a good time to pause the playthrough and,
Yeah.
and then we can kind of do our final thought video
Yeah.
and talk about what our experience was with this game. How's
Yeah.
that sound?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like it.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end the playthrough here.
Yeah, it's just
And we'll go ahead and have a separate video where we're going to talk kind of about our thoughts about the mechanics and the playthrough and the experience and
Yeah.
overall what we thought. So look for that second video after this. But thank you guys for watching Game Brigade. My name is Brian.
I'm Noah.
Louis.
And we will talk to you very soon.